Canadian smoke has been with us for a few days once again, and it created this picture this morning in Floodwood. John Dahlman sends this in, a hazy start to the day, and likely will stay hazy through most of the day on Monday. We could get a brief break Monday and Tuesday as decent rain comes across, but once it leaves, perhaps by Wednesday, the smoke could return once again as northerly winds take over. And a northwesterly wind is keeping the smoke in our area here tonight and probably through tomorrow and into most of Monday as well before the rain washes it from the sky, at least temporarily. So we will get at least a brief respite. Here's the situation we're facing then. This weekend, we've got a sunnier sky, if we can see it through the haze, thanks to high pressure and control, keeping things on the drier side. But the circulation around this high, of course, is drawing in the Canadian wildfire smoke, so it's a double whammy there. And speaking of double whammies, we've got twin lows that could solve the rain drought here situation, at least temporarily. This warm front from the southwest will warm us up, especially Monday, mid-80s even for the Twin Ports. And then this Clippers cold front will knife through that, lifting up showers and thunderstorms with at least a slight chance for some of them becoming severe. But right now, if they do turn out to be severe, it looks like they'll be mostly centered in the central parts of Minnesota, just general thunderstorms for Wisconsin and the UP. And the biggest threat is probably going to be large hail rather than tornadoes, so that's a little bit of a break. And speaking of a break, copious amounts of rain are possible Monday night through Tuesday evening, and the latest model run indicates an inch plus for most of our towns. And even if only half of that actually touches the ground, we'll still be doing pretty well, knifing into that rain deficit that we faced for so long. Tonight we face a mixed bag of temps in Minnesota. The Arrowhead should be in the 40s, but off on the fringes to the south and to the west, 55 to even 62 degrees, all beneath a partly cloudy sky. For Wisconsin and Michigan, it'll be a little bit cooler the farther east you go, into the 30s there, and that's why those zones have a chance for frost overnight tonight through tomorrow, but it'll be as warm as 64 for the low over towards Siren. Tomorrow it gets warm in Wisconsin, 70s by the lake, 80s inland, and for Minnesotans it'll probably be something like 60s by the lake, a stripe of 70s just inland, and 80s off towards the west and down towards the south. Again, a sign that a warm front will send us all into the 80s on Monday, which will provide moisture and heat for lift to crank out a 90% shot at showers and thunderstorms, aided and abetted by the lifting action of a cold front. Tuesday, showers and Canadian air return, so it may be a brief break from the smoke, and we drop our temperatures only into the 60s. Then for Wednesday, back to the 70s, with clouds increasing again Thursday, Dominic, to set us up for another rain chance next Friday, Saturday. So hopefully we get what we need rain-wise this week.
You know,